Good morning. What's going on with you kings and queens? Hey man, I want to first say happy Sunday. Um, Pretty much that's what we need to be on this day. And I think you're going to be a little more happier just to hear this message that God put out there. He gave it to me in series. Just little different thought patterns that went through my mind that put me in position to put me in the space to think this way. But he gave me the word position to succeed. And what made me feel that word made more sense, or what made it more important to me, and it hit home with me was I've been watching and kind of questioning in a good way of why. We get the whys of why God put you in places and why he allowed you to be in a certain situation and why you grow up a certain way and just all those things. And that's when the Spirit really broke it down to me and just let me understand that I had been positioned to succeed. And it gave me more appreciation for the struggle, for anything that wasn't where I wanted to be at a specific time in my life. But the more that I grasped onto what God was trying to show me, and just a lot of that didn't come overnight. A lot of it came through doing a lot of studying. And I think a lot of my studies occasionally would tell me to really study out what you're reading, which it should be always, but a lot of days you're not going to feel like that. A lot of days you're going to get to a point where you might not be feeling, like really receiving it as much as, normal, certain days, other days. So the biggest point that I'm trying to make is what God is really showing us when we in our dark days, when we're in our bad positions, our shattered moments, when we don't really agree with, where we are. Emotionally, we're not there, and physically, we're not there. Physically, we don't want to be there. But if we just learn how to attach our spirit to everything that we're going through, a lot of times we're going to get the message that God is sending through it. And a lot of the messages come from a scripture, and I wish I could just really spit it out as far as what scripture it is. But anybody that notice, you kind of understand where it comes from. When he say I didn't come to hurt you or harm you, I come to prosper you. And I lean on that scripture, though I don't know the actual scripture. I told you I don't really get into trying to recite, well, this is this scripture, that scripture, or whatever. But I try to hold on to, the words that come off of them. And that's a word that stuck with me, and it always sticks with me when I feel like, man, where you at, God? I mean, we all get those where you at, God moments where we feel like, man, I'm by myself. I'm alone, and I really want somebody to be here to kind of understand what I'm going through right now. And God keeps saying, I'm here, but I'm in the background watching you. Because a lot of it comes with God watching us and seeing how we move and seeing where our faith is. When we feel like we're alone, we feel like we by ourselves, we really got to focus on what he's doing in the background. It's like being a child in a play, and you doing that play, and you kind of feel kind of scared, and you kind of feel like no one's really watching you, no one's really supporting you, because you're in that play, and you just happen to scan across and see your parent. You smile, you happy, because you feel like you got the biggest support in the world. That's how it is when you're dealing with God. He just keeps saying, look out in the audience, because I'm here. To you, I showed up late, but I was right on time, because I knew when you was going to come up and start doing your part. I've been watching you then. But I don't need to be at the show to watch others do what they do. When I'm only here to watch you. When I'm here to see you. When I'm here to watch you so I can prosper you. And that's where being positioned to succeed is the big headliner of this message. Because what God is saying is, I've been positioning you since the day you came into this world. Because I knew you was going to succeed. But if I'd have gave you the blessings that I'm giving you now as an adult, when you was a child, you would have squandered it away. You would have ruined it. Because you wasn't ready for that. You wasn't built for that. You was just going through it because you was building up to this point. And a lot of us, we get, complacent. We get real comfortable and we don't want to grow. We don't want the bad stuff. We want all the good. We're in a time of, I used to say it was the generation now, like the new generation. It's not the new generation. It's everybody. Everybody at some point in their life, is very impatient. So that means the impatient part of it makes you not want to go through the struggle, make you not want to go through the actual lesson and the classes that you're going to have to go through in life to get where you ultimately going to end up. And I always say I speak a lot of stuff. I speak mostly everything I say through experience. And at this point in my life, at this moment of my life, I'm seeing what I'm telling you. I'm getting to see why I was positioned where I'm at and where I've been in my whole entire life, from being a child to being an adult. I've gotten the understanding, like, God been watching me. God been not only testing me, because we all got to go through a test, but he's been sharpening me. He's been refining me. And like they say, we all want to shine like that diamond, but at the same time, that diamond got to go through a process of being pressed. And if you don't want to be pressed, then you're not willing to shine. And that's all God is doing. He press us and position us and just move us around, to get us in a successful place. And the thing about success, everybody's success is different. Everybody don't want the same thing, as far as their definition of success is not the same level. You know what I'm saying? It's not on the same level. It's not the same. It's just not the same picture. Some people's success is just getting up out of neighborhoods, that was full of poverty. Some people, are full of crime or full of whatever going on, And some people just wish to get up out of a country that they lived in their whole life. And not the fact that they hate it, it's the fact that they want better. They want more. And some people just comfortable. Some people feel like if I don't have to work, I'm happy. The reality is everybody have a different picture of success. So God is accordingly moving us by what we look at as success and what we accept as success. Success is pretty much whatever you think it to be. Whatever makes you happy, whatever calms your nerves and puts you in a position of some type of serenity, that's your success. Some of us get to a point where we're not successful. We're not successful when we're comfortable. We're not successful when we're rested. I'm one of those people that if I'm resting, I can't succeed. I can't be where I really want to be. Some people say I want to get to a point where I just want to retire and sit back and do. I know cats that's older than me that they retired and don't want to sit down. And that's something that I look at and I admire. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you got breath in your body, you got to be motivated to do something. Because the work don't stop, just to make a check. The work continue to go on. And that's the reason why God positioned us to be fishers of men. And that's why it's so vital for us to live this life as a believer, as a follower, and do what we do, because God said the work will never end. There's people that's 100 years old that's still working for the Lord because they know that whatever God give them to say and do is benefiting the kingdom. And what it's doing is positioning them. You know what I'm saying? They did 100 years. Some people did 80 years, 60, 70 years. And They steady positioning themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's that true corporate ladder that you're trying to get up to the top. And I think being on the top of the ladder with God is better than being on the top of the ladder with anybody. But in reality, in retrospect, to sit back and just look at our past and look at where we at right now, this is the opportunity for us to figure out or to grasp. I ain't gonna say figure out, but to grasp and be appreciative for what we've been through. Because the biggest thing is the word through. You know what I'm saying? And we made it and we here. So take heed to what God is really trying to say with your struggle, with your problems, with your issues, with your bad days, with those stormy days. Because he's constantly positioning you to be successful in the sunshine if you can handle the rain. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to deal with the storm and the winds and the tornadoes and all the pressure that comes with a storm, man, once it's sunny, you don't have nothing to hold you back. You don't have nothing to push you down because you went through the worst. That's what God is, he's steady saying to his kids and to those that believe in him and follow him and trust him, that I'm going to give you the things to test you, but I'm only giving them to you to strengthen you. And as long as I can strengthen you and you allow me to strengthen you, then you really allowing me to bless you. You giving me the opportunity to put you in a position that I know that if you can handle the struggle and handle the storm and still hold strong, man, you're going to be appreciative of that sunshine, of that beautiful day, that beautiful thing. But, no, we're not a but. This is, and we have to just keep being patient, being less aggressive about wanting to be somewhere. Because where we want to go, trust me, it can't measure up to what God had already planned for us. And like they said, your life is predestined. So everything you've went through. And the reason why I'm saying that the way I'm saying it, man, I'm telling you, I've had conversations with my wife, with other people, just talking about, man, remember when. You know, have you caught yourself with people that you grew up with and do to remember the times? And look at you where you at now, look at them where they are now, and y'all seeing each other as a true testimony. Like, man, we made it. That's what God want to hear from you. He don't want to hear you walking around moaning and mad and moping, talking about, man, I could be right here. I could be, yeah. You could be a lot of places. It could be worse than where you at now. But at the end of the day, you have to determine how much you're going to allow yourself to be unhappy. Or, I can't even get the word out, man. Just not appreciative. Very unappreciative. You know, how long are you going to be unappreciative of what God has brought you through and what he didn't allow you to go through? Like, you have to see all that stuff and understand, man, there's a lot that come with it, with being ungrateful. But today, hopefully, you'll get a grateful mind to look at why you're going through what you're going through, or why you went through what you went through. Because at the end of it, you have to see it for what it is. And what it really is God is positioning you to succeed. And once you get where you really, I ain't gonna say where you really want to get, because God is not a God that's pleasing people. And I think he's more of making you happy, making you joyful. Because, see, being pleased is just you wanting something, you get it. Human nature is, I get something, and I don't really want it no more after it, you know, the new car smelled and wore off. But with God, what he does is he don't want you to just get what you want to be pleased at this moment. He wants you to be joyful. So when you get it, you so happy because you had to go through all this to get it. You appreciate the struggle. You appreciate the bad times. You appreciate the journey to get there. So once you get it, it's more of a joyful feeling because you're waking up every morning you going from being every morning waking up struggling, stressing, upset, on pins and needles about everything. And then you automatically go over to not stressing, not worrying, having full control of your day, having full control of your mind, your spirit, and just being a different person. That's joy. You know what I'm saying? But if you get what you want, as a human, we don't know what we want. We just want things. We know what we see. We like it. But we don't really want that. So God knows how he created us. So he's been positioning us because he knew how what we was gonna be at some point in our life. And he said, "Nah, you ain't ready for that. Nah, you ain't ready for that. Nah, let me put you here." Because at first I want you to see what you're going through. Then I'm going to teach you how not to complain about what you're going through. And then I'm going to show you how to appreciate what you went through. Just stay focused. Stay lined up with where God is putting you. Because what he's trying to do, he's trying to get you in a position so you can be successful beyond your imagination. People get things and they don't know why they get it. We get kids in our lives. We don't know why we get them. But you can struggle with your kids they whole childhood, and then they turn out to be someone very successful. Their success is going to only rub off on you. It ain't about you getting nothing from your kids or them taking care of you. No, that's the biggest joy as a parent, to watch your kids succeed, to watch your kids not need you and they stand on their own too. That's the same way God is as a parent and as a father for us all. He's looking at, I'm teaching you and I'm growing you up and I'm putting you in a position. I'm getting you right. I'm getting your mind right. And then all of a sudden, every time we go through something, we go directly back to a word that God gave us. We go back to understanding. I remember when I went through this and I knew why God allowed it. Now you're saying thank you instead of saying why. You're saying thank you because I knew if I didn't go through this, I wouldn't appreciate this over here. Just keep that in mind and understand that everything we're going through is only to better us. God is saying, I'm not here to harm you. I'm only here to prosper you. But I can't prosper you until I know you're going to fully understand what you have and appreciate it. It's the same way of having a relationship with God himself. If you don't look at what his son did and what he did by releasing his son to the world and letting them do what they did to him, you wouldn't appreciate him as a father because you're like, man, you just God. That's how some people feel. You're just God. But you got to understand, he had to watch his son go through something because he loved you. And he let his son pay a price for you. So that should make you appreciate him. Plus appreciate his son for putting that work in. So we just got to get to the understanding of, why are we doing this walk? Why is this walk so important? Why is this walk so vital? This walk is vital because God is steady positioning us the same way he positioned his son to succeed. Now we saying his son name over and over and over. Most powerful name in this world. Most powerful, the most powerful name in this world. And he's connected to the most powerful source in this world. That's what God is saying. I want you to get connected with me. That way, you might be one of the most powerful name in this world because you're connected to the most powerful name. If that makes sense to you, which it should. But hold on to that part. Grasp God himself first. Before you can enjoy all the stuff that he's blessing you with, you got to enjoy him. Go to him. Read his word. Study his word. As you pray and read his word, he's answering through his word. He's answering your prayers. He's giving you opportunities to show you, I'm trying to move you. I'm moving you around. Because at some point, you're going to be able to say, checkmate. He keep positioning you in certain areas. And every time you notice you win. Every move you make that you take from God, that you are understanding or listening to God say, hey, move over here. Hey, move over there. You're winning. But always remember, as we say, now I'm going to try something different, you end up having to move backwards. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting in God. Keep understanding he's trying to position you. He's trying to get you to a place in your life that you're not used to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what make you feel more open as a person when you get to explore different areas in your life. Hopefully that's how it is with you. With me, that's how I like it. I like to be in different places because I don't want the same normal. I want something new. Something new is more exciting than, oh, I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? So if you position somewhere and you've been there before, allow God to talk to you so he can position you somewhere else. And understand, as he positions you, he's trying to make you succeed. He's going to make you succeed as long as you keep leaning on him. So get that word, get that understanding. But also, at the end of it all, you can get all the understanding you want. Learn how to appreciate it. Because what God is doing right now, he's trying to restructure your life so he can position you to succeed, to be successful beyond your imagination. So that's really what I had for you. That's really what I hope you grasp and understand, that God is really positioning us. God is really putting us in a place that he's trying to make us win. And the reason why I say try, because God is a free willing God. He's a father that he give you free will, but he gives you opportunity and options. So it's up to you to make the right decision to move over here or move over there. Got to line yourself up. I'm telling you, the right steps will put you in the right places. Allow you to meet the right people. Allow you to be the right person. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. As I say all the time, man, I've said it many times, it starts with you. So hopefully today, you'll start seeing it a little different. So as usual, keep your head on the swivel. Negativity is out there. It ain't going nowhere. You got to make the change. You got to make the difference for your life and for other people around you that's connected to you. People are watching you. People are seeing you. People are really appreciating your movement. Hopefully your movement stay good, stay right, stay focused, man. Keep your head up. As always, you know how I do it. 100, strong on. Y'all be easy out there.